Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal and the War Within pre-patch is finally here, dropping later today, at least over for the NA realms. Over the last weeks and months, I've been able to test out everything for the War Within, from the alpha, the beta, the raids, the dungeons, but also some of the pre-patch updates as well. So in today's video, I really wanted to highlight all of the new things that will be available starting today during the pre-patch of this expansion, from all of the new world events that will be available in a little bit of time, to all of the various features like Warbands and transmog and currency transfers and Skyriding and all these other things, plus brand new story quest lines and even so many new class changes that'll keep you busy up until the official launch of this expansion. So for today's video, I wanted to do a bit of a guide of everything that you can currently do right now over in the pre-patch and all of the major features that are there for you to experiment with. As always, if you guys enjoy this kind of regular War Within updates, be sure to follow the channel. Otherwise, let's dive right in. To start things off, I feel like the Warband system is one of the most exciting updates that's available over for the pre-patch, featuring a brand new Warband screen that allows you to observe and see all of your characters all in one place, where you are able to select a handful of characters from various servers and apply them to your favorites so that you can get access to those characters with just a click away. However, it's a bit of a misconception, but realms are still a thing in the War Within. Your characters will still be separated on different realms. However, if you want to have multiple characters that you love to play that are on different servers on the same favorite screen, you can just have an easier access to those characters without having to switch realms every single time. Another advantage of the new Warband screen is the ability for you to be able to preview all of your characters, see just how much gold they have on them, what classes they are, what specs they are, and if they have any professions that are available to them as of the moment. Also, the entire feature of the backgrounds that's available, where all of your characters get to exist at the same time and belong, that's also going to be adjusted in the future, as they're looking to add more background choices and background options as time goes on. So that's also a very exciting thing that's going to be available, hopefully in the near future. Banking and inventory systems have also been improved in the War Within with the introduction of Warbands, as all of your characters now get to share a unique window for banking that's called a Warbound bank. In the Warbound bank, you can have them be plenty customizable with multiple different tabs that you do need to purchase with gold. So there's going to be a bit of a gold investment, but once you have your tabs separated, you can then customize the Warbands to have all the different aspects like reagents, equipment, consumables, profession goods, junk, or even be able to ignore tabs and customize them with a variety of different ways to be able to separate all of your items that are shared amongst all of your Warbound characters. The sharing feature is super fun because you can have one character that's maybe super focused on gathering professions like herbalism, leatherworking, or mining. And all they do is gather all day and store all these items into your Warbound bank. And another character that's a leatherworker or an alchemist that makes potions or a blacksmith to make plate gear, they can utilize those items gathered by the gatherers to then produce them into actual crafted items, which allows one character to gather items and the other to actually catch a bunch of items, so that all of your characters can kind of help each other out with their professions. With the Warbound banks, you can also store gold across multiple characters, so if you just want to have most of your gold stored on the Warbound bank, and then you can access that gold and withdraw it anytime you want to on any one of your characters, making management of gold across all toons a little bit easier. Another feature of Warbands is the Warbound gear. It's very much like Soulbound gear, or rather BOE gear, but it's kind of like Warbound until equipped, where, let's say, my rogue has been able to find a Shawl of the Plagued, which is a cloth helm. But I don't wear cloth, though I can pass it on to a mage character or a priest or a warlock, and I can essentially utilize my main to get gear. Then I can trade to my ults to help gear my ults while I'm playing on my main. Warbound items are not going to be nearly as prevalent in pre-patch, I don't think, but they are going to be a lot more relevant when we actually get to the launch of the War Within, when gearing for Season 1 of War Within is going to be a lot more important. Though gear can only take you so far, as a lot of players, no matter what items you wear, are probably going to be transmogging their character, and the transmog system also sees a bit of an upgrade in this expansion as well. With all of your characters becoming linked together by a single warband, all of your characters can now share transmog items, even if you can't necessarily properly wear those items. And this is something that I ran into a lot when playing Rogue in one of the beta realms. I got a lot of plate gear, mail gear, and cloth gear that I can't equip, but these items are still added to my account-wide collections. This means if you're running an older raid and you get items that you don't necessarily able to equip on that character, those items are still added to your collection. So if you're a warrior getting a bunch of leather gear, your rogues, demon hunters, and your druids will be able to transmog into those items at a later time, which is a huge convenience improvement for all of you collectors out there, and is a massive upgrade when it comes to gearing, and is a massive upgrade when it comes to actually collecting some transmog for all of your old characters. Reputations is another aspect that's also getting the Warbound treatment, though not all reputations. A huge portion of them is going to be Warbound, so renowned from the newest expansion, but also renowned from Dragonflight, all are going to be Warbound, and they are planning to make some of the older reputations Warbound as well retroactively, though that will take a little bit of time. However, certain reps will not be warbound for specific uses because of the context behind these professions or reputations. So Winterpelt, Furbolg, language, for example, that's not going to be warbound, or Glimmerrog Racer rep, that won't be warbound either, but a huge portion of them will be warbound, and then over time, retroactively, they'll add more reputations that are also going to be part of the warbound system, which is a huge convenience because essentially it allows you to start reputation on one character and then finish it out on another. Speaking about finishing stuff on multiple characters, we have achievements, which also get the same benefits, since achievements are now an account-wide progress. So if, let's say, there's a long-term dungeon or raid achievement or PvP achievements that you've been working towards, like maybe collecting honorable kills, you can begin this on your main character for Season 1. But if, let's say, you switch to a different character for Season 2 or Season 3, those characters' progression towards the achievement continues to add on, plus the progress that the other characters have done. So you could basically accomplish and complete multiple achievements across multiple characters all at the same time, which is a huge convenience for any completionists out there. Map exploration is another feature that's also going to be available. As one of your characters explores the map, they'll be able to share the map and everything they've been able to find with every other character. So if you have an alt, for example, that hasn't discovered certain flight points in, let's say, Ringing Deep, but your main has already discovered them, you'll be able to use a specific item that you'll be able to earn in a questline for Warbands to be able to unlock all of the flight paths for a zone, even if the character hasn't visited the zone themselves, which makes maneuvering around the open world and exploring the open world a little bit less tedious. Speaking of TDM, currency transfer is another feature that's going to be available. There's a lot of different currencies that have been available from Dragonflight and heading into the War Within. Some of those are endgame currencies such as your crests, which are not going to be tradable, but certain things such as resonance crystals, which are used to purchase a bunch of items from various vendors of different factions, those will be transferable directly. Cash, which is another unique currency available for the Nerubians, also transferable, and you'll be able to see an icon next to the currencies that can be transferable as a Warbound transferable. And it's really easy to transfer. All you have to do is click the actual transfer button, choose which character you want to take the currency from, and transfer them to the current character that you're on right now. Another feature that's going to be available day one of this new update is the Visions of the Azeroth questline, though with it being a new story quest that kind of introduces the next expansion during pre-patch. Obviously for this video I don't have any spoilers to give, but once you log in, as long as you have a level 70 character, you'll be prompted to head to Silithus by one of the leaders of your faction to begin the new questline that kind of delves into the intro of the War Within expansion during the pre-expansion event. Like I said, no spoilers on this one, but definitely worth getting the questline done, so it's worth working on a level 70 character right now if you are behind, in order to be able to experience that questline during the pre-patch. Another feature that you'll be able to experience right now in the pre-patch is the Skyriding system, which is essentially dragon riding that is now available for more than just dragons, for just about every single flying mount that's available in the game, or at least hundreds upon hundreds of different mounts that now can take up into the sky with a dynamic flying system. In fact, the whole dynamic flying system is now going to have its own button dedicated as Skyriding in the mount window, where you can then preview your skills and unlocks. You will not not need to fly around collecting glyphs in order to be able to unlock all of your Skyriding abilities. A lot of the Skyriding abilities are going to be very similar to the Dragon Riding abilities, though you'll unlock these as you level a fresh new character. And you'll be able to customize the mount a little bit more, whether you want to have passengers or not, and you'll be able to choose what kind of a surge ability for a quick movement speed boost you'll be able to choose. But for the most part, a lot of these abilities are going to be fairly universal, and like I said, you'll just unlock them as you level. You'll be able to start participating in Skyriding if you wish, as starting at level 15, which opens up the open world quite a bit when it comes to that new player experience. However, from the mount menu, we also have another button called Switch Flight Styles, which will allow players to choose different flight styles that they want. Either Skyriding, which has the dynamic flying system of you being able to maneuver everywhere with these flying abilities, or if you want to revert back to a normal flying, you can do so as well with a click of a button and a 5-second cast, which is a much needed convenience feature for some players that simply don't enjoy the dynamic flying system and would prefer to fly a little bit more steady. Now, another feature that you'll be able to test out with the pre-patch is many different class changes that are available. And there's a lot of class changes to take a look at, as this expansion has probably seen some of the most amount of class updates and talent refreshers. Specifically, if you look at other classes such as Hunters, Death Knights, Monks, Warlocks, Mages, Warriors, and Druids, which have gotten probably the most amount of notable changes just in the pre-patch alone. For the pre-patch, however, you will not be able to get access to hero talents just yet, as those will be earnable and unlockable once the expansion fully launches and you start leveling beyond level 71 and above. Another feature that's going to be available for a limited time is the Radiant Echoes event, which is a big pre-expansion catch-up event that's going to feature a bunch of open world activities, which is pretty common when it comes to pre-patch updates. During this event, you'll be able to gear out your character with some catch-up gear to prepare you for the next expansion, but also gain experience on any of the alts which can start enjoying the experience at level 10 and above. You also will be able to earn plenty of unique collectibles during this event specifically. At the very start of the event, when you first log in, you'll get a questline to head to Dalaran. Usually there'll be a portal either in Stormwind or Orgrimmar that takes you directly there. Once you get there, you take the center building to take you down into the portal room in the main area, where you can go directly to every single one of the zones of the pre-patch event, as well as gain access to the pre-patch event vendor. For the Radiant Echoes event itself, this event is going to spawn in one of 3 zones, either Dragonflight, Dustwallow Marsh, or Searing Gorge, with all of these zones being on a rotation that ends up speeding up little by little as we get closer to the release of the next expansion. This event is going to have multiple stages, with stage 1 getting players to defeat a big monster boss type of enemy in order to really kick off the event. With stage 2, players will spread all over the zone to complete a variety of different objectives across the map until no more memories are remaining. Once you complete enough memories, you'll be able to join the stage 3, where you'll be able to defeat one of the bosses of WoW's history, either the Lich King himself, Onyxia, or Ragnaros, and you'll be able to collect the rewards for the event. Afterwards, there's technically a stage 4, though at this point you could leave the zone and collect your rewards, but during stage 4 you may actually stay in the zone a little bit longer to slay more lingering memories in order to collect the unique currency for this event called Radiant Memories. And you can use that currency to buy a bunch of different items on the brand new vendors. Vendors will have a variety of things such as gear as well as transmog pieces, which are kind of 2 in 1. You'll be able to collect all these items for any characters that you're looking to prepare for the next expansion, though all gear can only be purchased once you're level 70, so you won't be able to buy any of the items on lower level players. You also will be able to acquire a unique heirloom ring that you'll need to infuse with the essence of Azeroth to store it back to full, which unlocks your ability to add this heirloom ring to your collection. The vendors also carry plenty of bags with a 32 slot bag as well as a reagent bag for the next expansion. You have a couple of mounts to earn, 1 for each faction, as well as 3 pets for you to add to your overall collection. And with that, that's going to be the entirety of everything you can do with the launch of the War Within pre-patch event. I want to thank all of you guys so much for watching this video, and as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all your thoughts about this event and which part of the pre-patch excites you the most. Is it the Warband system, the Skyriding, the brand new event to catch up a bunch of characters, or is it potentially the story or the massive overhaul to our classes? Let me know all of the thoughts in the comments down below. As always, I want to thank all of you so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it or find it informative, go ahead and give it a like. I would very much appreciate it. You should also join our Discord community, when you can find the link to that in the description of every single one of these videos. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see all of you guys in the next one.